Colin, halfway through the group stage in the county championship format so far, what are your initial thoughts on how it's gone for the Women Foxes so far this season?
Yeah, I don't think bottom of the log truly reflects where we are as a group. I think we have played better than that, this season. Having set up a game against Gloucester, we could have got another 8 points for a draw, but we decided to take the positive route rather and try and get a win. And that would put us above Middlesex on the group. So I think it's been a decent start for us. A lot of positives to take away from the first 5 games of the season.
Just to take you back to when the groups were drawn, obviously it's a very difficult group to what we're used to with 3 perennial Division 1 sides in there. What were the team's thoughts heading into what is now being called a so-called group of death?
Yeah, if you look around the group, I think, like you say, there's quite a few First Division teams in there. Gloucester as well in 2019 got promoted into the First Division, so you can argue that pretty much a group of First Division teams. And I think we've held a good account of ourselves, especially as a young group. A lot of players are learning their games at the moment, so it's really positive. Good positive start to the season in general.
Absolutely, and you sort of touched on it already. The table doesn't always tell the full truth, show the full picture. There have been a number of impressive performances with the bat and more recently with the ball as well throughout the course of the season. How happy are you to, I guess, the response from a batting line that maybe hasn't hit the heights as what it should have done in the past couple of years?
Well, it's been encouraging to see Sam Evans, really step up the season with 300s in 3 games. I think that's a truly remarkable effort from him. The likes of Lewis Hill as well, getting his first 100 for the club in a while is really positive. All the batters have really cashed in batter-friendly conditions for the first 5 games. I think the bowlers have found it quite hard work to take 20 wickets, but Chris Wright has really stepped up, being the senior pro that he is. Obviously a 7 for against Gloucester and 5 for against Surrey now recently. It really shows what value he adds to our squad.
Just from a bowling attacks perspective, when maybe with things aren't going to plan for the likes of the younger lads, Alex Evans, Ben Mike, to see that Chris Wright is always going to be there to back them up and claim wickets when he's like as good as he is on his day, how much positivity can they take from that for them to go out and play their own game?
Yeah, I think obviously Chris sets a great example as a senior pro, and all the young bowlers are looking to learn from him. He sets a great example in the change room as well. He's always open to speak about bowling, which is fantastic to have in our dressing room. And hopefully, the young bowlers can learn, from the way he goes about his business.
A week off for Leicestershire now. What plans are there in place to maybe refresh, restart, and make sure that we're prepared as best we are for the next fixture against Hampshire?
Yeah, we've got 3 games left for the T20 start. So obviously we're looking to win those 3 games, and I think would put ourselves in a really good position in the group if we do that. We've obviously got Hampshire next at the Rose Bowl, which will be a good encounter. So I think we owe them one after them beating us in the first game of the season. So we're looking forward to the next 3 games, and we're going to give it our all and try and get a few victories there.
You just slightly touched on it there. Earlier in the week, it was announced that there's a month to go until the T20 season gets underway. Obviously, on the back of the performance from last season, and with the addition of the likes of Naveen and Josh Inglis, what are the ambitions for the club going into the 2021 edition?
I think to win the T20, I think that's got to be our ambition and our target. Obviously, shown last season what we're capable of, reaching the quarterfinal and narrowly missing out in finals there. But we've obviously been bolstered by the likes of Josh Inglis and Naveen in our squad. I think they're 2 world-class players that are going to add huge value to our squad. So it's going to be an exciting month next month. Also with the crowds coming back, and can't wait to play in front of a crowd again.
And just finally, the way the T20 sort of came to an end for us last season, what's the response been to that? Have the lads used that positively going into this season?
I think you have to learn from your mistakes in the previous season, and I think we have done that. We've reflected well. We know what we have to do, to become a top class T20 team in the country, and I've got no doubt, that we'll definitely do that this season.